All right, so Lincoln fell asleep in the car on the way home, so he's just going up to take a shower, man. But just got back from Harvard Westlake, Sierra came. But first, I'm gonna talk about La Cañada at Pasadena. I had the chance to go to that game last night. We got home kind of late, so I didn't get a chance to do a review on that. But real simple. South Pasadena changed the pace of the game. Changed the pace of the game, and it was 24-23 at halftime. Remember what I say, because I'm going to talk about that as it relates to Sierra Canyon. It was 24-23. At the end of the third quarter, they had scored 46 points. So they changed the tempo of the game. And I thought changing the tempo of the game, you got to be fearless to change the tempo of the game, especially when you're playing against a structured team like a La Cañada, a.k.a. La Canada, and like when you're playing against Harvard Westlake. Very structured, very detailed-oriented. They know what buttons to push. They're well coached. Good brick and mortar program, make turnovers low. And I think that changing the pace of the game fearlessly was a difference in the game. I thought they ended up winning by like 10, South Pasadena. So now it's like a two-way tie, them and Blair for first place. They play Blair this Sunday at Blair, I believe. I will be there, and that game is for first place. So we'll see what happens Sunday, assuming they got games to get to that point, because, everything is so compressed with the Fires. But I thought South Pass did a phenomenal job. Coach Ernest did a phenomenal job at changing the pace of the game, changing the tenor of the game, make it about speed and athleticism and agility. And sometimes you got to do that, And so congratulations to South Pass, man. I believe that's his first win at La Cañada. I'm going to transition over to Sierra Canyon at Harvard Westlake. At the beginning of the game, Lincoln gave a prediction 15 points. I was like, 15 points? You know what I mean? The reason why I didn't think it would be 15 points is because I thought Sierra Canyon would play fast. I thought they would play violent. I thought they would be athletic. I thought they would, run backside lob plays, backdoor plays, screen and roll in the backcourt to get downhill, change the pace, run 12, run man, run 13, 1-3-1. I don't know, run and jump. And they did none of that when the game was up in the balance. You know what I mean? The score was 4-0 for about 4 minutes in the first quarter. And I thought that was their chance to make Rabibo coach and make adjustments. I think Rabibo beats Sierra Canyon's coach 9 times out of 10, man. Just the structure, preparation. Harvard Westlake knew exactly what they were doing the entire game. The only time they got a little bit befuddled was when they went to the full court press with like 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, but the game was pretty much over because they were up by more than 10, and Harvard Westlake, I believe, is a good free throw shooting team. At least they typically are when I've seen them, because Nick and Joe Sterling are great free throw shooters. And before I break, I want to say congratulations to Nick Kamini. I predicted at the beginning of the year that he would be a McDonald's All-American. If you go back, and congratulations to him, well-deserved. I had the chance to scout him. We played them last year, and he's just one of the few kids with the talent that we had that we couldn't do nothing. We didn't have a matchup for him. The only thing we could do was we couldn't even run and jump him because we were so short. We had to fake run and jump at him, and hopefully he'd pick up his dribble and make that cross-court pass to who we wanted to shoot the ball at the time. And he did that, and more. So congratulations to him. But as I digress back into this game, I thought that, it's just a program victory, man. It's nothing special. The hype was bigger than the game. If Barron comes in and makes those layups, the game is over in the first quarter. He missed 2 or 3 layups that would have pushed the lead to like 10-0, and they would have been chasing. Here's the one adjustment that I thought Sierra Kane would have made in a half-court defense. You deny Nick the ball on the out of bounds, and you make Joe Sterling bring up the ball, right? Because Nick was taking the ball out a lot. You deny the other guard, Amir. You deny Amir, and you let Joe Sterling. They were face guarding Joe Sterling. Nah, you want him to be the facilitator because that takes points away and that takes fatigue away. Imagine him. I know the high school court, but imagine him having to bring the ball up the court 94 feet, which he's capable of doing, but you want him being something that right now he's not great at, right? And that's making other people better. But it's just too many simple adjustments, man. This is a joke, but I'm very, very seriously. Sierra Canyon needs a quick hitter series. If you don't know what a quick hitter series, go play NBA 2K. That'll give you a tutorial. You know what I mean? Spain is a good quick hitter. You can run some zipper action. You can run transition to floppy, screen and roll. It's just so many things that you can run. 1 up, 2 down, 1 up. It's just so many things that you can get into immediately. And I think you need to take the first or second available shot. I say this all the time. When you trying to run your offense, Harvard Westlake's defense just gets stronger and stronger and stronger, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's what he preaches. They blocks and elbows. Listen, when the blocks and elbows are 6'7", athletic, Isaiah Carroll. You got the big kid. He's 6'9", 240, 250, it looks like. You guys help me out. And then you got Kamini, who's 6'9", who's every time he steps on the court, he's the smartest player on the court. Like their blocks and elbows is just amazing, dog. So I think you got to do like a quick hitter series, and I think you force Joe Sterling to be a facilitator. And 2, as I told you guys in my past videos, they're gonna use that run and jump. You can't run and jump Nick Kamini, dog. Nick Kamini is like Magic Johnson in high school, dog. Like he's gonna look over you. And their presets, they're such a well-coached team that their presets, they already know what to do if you run and jump. Nick Kamini, no, you can't double Nick Kamini when he has the whole perimeter to use. He's just going to look over, and he will make that pass blindly because they've practiced it so much. Sometimes you just got to give the program just credit, and that's just simply that's it. They honestly could have scored about, if Barron would have made those 2 or 3 layups in the first quarter, I don't know how many he missed, but Rebibo took him out with a quick hook. I think they probably had 2 turnovers off of that and probably 14 points for the game. If he makes those 2 or 3 layups, that's 20 points off of y'all blitzing or going hot. Or going red. Some people call it red. Some people call it blitzing when you blitz that. But he can just see right over. He had about 4 assists in the third quarter, which I thought didn't make any sense because once you realize that it's irrelevant, you need to switch your defense. I thought they could have changed tempo. I thought Cole played well when he came in. He gave them some real positive minutes. A good bounce back game for him. He struggled a little bit against Notre Dame. I was hoping for Isaiah to double down on his great performance Friday. He had a good game, but it's not going to show up. He battled hard on the defensive glass, got some deflections, which doesn't show up when you watch if you're not really watching the game for the details of it. Nick Kamini was phenomenal. It didn't show in points. It didn't show in rebounds. But just his ability to compete. And just be smarter than the next person, man. Moving forward, I don't think there's nothing. If Sierra Kane doesn't have a generational talent, I just think Rebibo has his number. I think Rebibo has Sierra Kane's number, and I think he has St. John Bosco's number. It's just I've seen it. Those 2 teams. I think Roosevelt is 1A, and I think right now Harvard Westlake is 1A. You know, if Notre Dame gets Leno Marks back and he's healthy, he's 100% with his hamstring, maybe they're 2A. You know, I'm talking about against those two, not against, but we'll see. And then another adjustment I thought they should have made. I thought they should have played both point guards. Gavin Hightower never even checked his jump shot tonight. Check your jump shot. See where it's at. You know what I mean? I think, and if you don't have a jump shot, not one person on their team shot a floater. Shoot a floater. And I thought you should have started Bryce in the third quarter. See where he's at. He hit 2 threes, right? He hit 2 threes. He made a great left hand. Was that the first half or the second half? Oh, that was the second half, right? But the first half, he hit a 4-point play, and he looked pretty active. No one was making shots. I thought you could have went small with Bryce Cofield at the 5 and played fast and trapped and subbed every 2 minutes. You know what I mean? If you guys want to see what it looks like, Redondo Union is what it looks like. Redondo Union is what Sierra Canyon should be. Respectfully. So with that being said, we'll be at the Intuit Dome. We got games out in Orange County this weekend, so we'll be a little late. But when Luke Barnett, I told you guys, when Luke Barnett is in L.A. County, I got to go see him. So so I'm going to go pay that pretty penny. Thank God I got property over there. I ain't got to pay for parking, so I'll have to walk a half a mile, but that'll be cool. But yeah, man, it's but yeah, so that's my take on the game. He has his number, dog. It's just plain and simple, dog. He has his number. It's nothing he could have did. I'm gonna tell you how good scouted they were. When they was making passes, half the time, not half the time, that's a little bit ridiculous, but they were already there in the passing lane. And because they were already there, they were turning the ball over, just rotating the ball from one side of the court to the next. Gavin never trusted his jump shot, man. Dude, you're not getting the ground zero against a great block and elbows defense, dog. Like, it just don't happen, you know. I think, too, I know what they tried to do. You got to build in transition. You have to build in transition. And what I mean by transition is before you run your set offense, you have to go through a series of transitions, right? And what I mean is transition where you feel it and you treat their defense like as if they're not there. You just run through your transition and you see what you get out of it. Rotate the ball, drop it, see where it's at. Backdoor, screen and roll, split action on the backside, DHO, but it has to be like this, ta. And you got to take the first or second available shot. If you trying to take that third shot, it ain't going to work against Harvard Westlake, dog. I'm just trying to tell you, dog. Like, it's just the reality of it, man. Not unless you got a generational talent, you know, but that's my take on it. Good win for Harvard Westlake. They're going to go on and win. I'm very interested in the seeding of the playoffs. Will Roosevelt and Harvard Westlake be on opposite sides? I hope that St. John Bosco is on this side with Harvard Westlake because I want to see that. And I want to see a rematch of La Mirada and St. John Bosco. I want to see La Mirada make the adjustments. They played them twice. They lost to them twice. I want to see the adjustments that they make. I want to see. Here's what I want to see. I want to see Redondo Union versus Roosevelt. I want to see that game. I want to see all that athleticism, all that quickness. I want to see that. So, anyways, man, congratulations, Nick Kamini. Well deserved. I predicted it at the beginning of the year. You will be a McDonald's All-American, and congratulations. I predicted him and Braylon Burries. It wasn't hard. That's not a Nostradamus or anything like that. But congratulations, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.